Hey, what is up guys? So Captain America Civil War is out, and as every Marvel movie has tended to be, it is loaded with all sorts of Easter eggs. So in this video we're going to look at some of the best Easter eggs, references, and callbacks to other Marvel properties. So let's just get right into that, and of course, I should note, spoilers alert. So let's start off with the most basic. Of course, we've all seen this scene in the trailer. It is when Captain America goes up with his shield and Iron Man does a repulsor blast into his shield, sending a giant wave of light. This is of course a direct callback to the cover of Civil War issue number 7. And while we're here talking about callbacks, let's talk about Avengers issue 223, which sees Hawkeye getting ready to shoot a little Ant-Man on top of his arrow. They actually do this maneuver in the movie as Ant-Man is shot to try to get inside of Tony Stark's suit. And another great callback to the actual movie franchise is the line, "I can do this all day," as Captain America is getting beat down. We of course first see him being beat up in a back alley, and once again this is a reoccurring line which he says throughout the movies, and once again saying it as he is battling Tony Stark at the end of the movie. And since we're here talking about callbacks and references to other things, let's talk about homecoming. That specific word is one of the words that is used in the programming of the Winter Soldier. A few other ones are longing, freight car, 1917. It is also a reference to Captain America's birth year, which was in 1917. And another word that is mentioned in there is homecoming, being a reference possibly to Spider-Man Homecoming. This next one is a direct reference to the comics, and it is Falcon's pet, Redwing. In the film it is a mechanized bird as opposed to in the comics as it was an actual bird. And of course the bird in the comics was a falcon. This next Easter egg is a direct reference to Disney, and when we see the Winter Soldier locked up, he is on deck 23. This is of course a reference to D23, D standing for Disney, 23 standing for 1923. Now another thing that makes it into the movie is the prison, the Raft. Now of course throughout the comics we have had different versions of different prisons, but this is a direct reference to the one we've seen before, not the one that was used in the Civil War comic though. Next up, during the giant airport battle, we see Tom Holland's Spider-Man take on Giant Man hand to hand literally, and he comes up with a new plan that he learned from watching The Empire Strikes Back. The same way they took down the AT-ATs by wrapping the tow cables around its legs, he plans to do with Giant Man. Now throughout the movie we see that there is a developing relationship between Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision. This is very much reflective of what actually happens in the comics, as in those they actually end up getting married and having children. Now this could be a possible callback, but during the sequence where they are actually talking about the history between Bucky and Steve Rogers, it is mentioned that Bucky once dated a girl called Dot. Could this actually be a reference to Dottie, who is of course one of the main characters on the Agent Carter TV series? Now another reference to the comic books would be Friday, the new AI that Tony Stark has in his suit. Since of course he no longer has Jarvis, he had to upgrade it, and this is a direct reference to the redhead model he actually had in the comics, which was called Friday, which of course if you look at it probably was meant to resemble Pepper Potts. Of course another one that anybody who knows anything about the Captain America comics would know is that Bucky using Captain America's shield is of course foreshadowing something we've all seen in the comic books, which is the death of Captain America and Bucky taking on the mantle as the new Captain America, which would inevitably also go to the Falcon as he's the brand new Captain America. Now in the movie we see Captain America go toe-to-toe with the Black Panther, and Black Panther of course gets the upper hand at one point and ends up scratching his shield. Now this has obviously happened in the comics before, but this is probably most notable happening with Wolverine. Now what would any Easter egg list be without mentioning Stan Lee? He makes a cameo right at the end of the movie where he's trying to deliver a package for a Mr. Tony Stank. The next scene is going to focus around the Winter Soldier being stored in a safe place. This safe place just ends up being the home kingdom of the Black Panther. This is of course Wakanda, and we actually get to see one of the giant statues that is there of a Black Panther. Also, since we're talking about the post-credit scene, let's talk about the after-credit scene, which sees Peter Parker in his room and he's tinkering around with his web shooter. He ends up shooting a light out of it, which is the spider symbol, which is a direct throwback all the way to the classic Spider-Man, where he actually had one that he would shine on criminals. Now, since Giant Man is in this movie, there is a reference to the fact that they have actually been practicing with this with Hank Pym, and that they've been practicing it in a lab, and that it was successful only one time, but Giant Man cannot keep the form for for long, so whatever it is they have to do, they have to be quick about it. So that is it for the Easter eggs, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know. If you guys saw something else that was in here that I didn't mention, please mention it down below. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, Armin here, just reminding you that this video was made possible thanks to patrons. If you guys are interested in supporting us and making sure we keep the lights on, check out our Patreon where you can join other fans in supporting the CBC, delivering content you guys have come to love and expect. And if you can't do that, give us a like and a subscribe. That goes a long way too.